Going on, Jerome's. So your Minnesota Vikings are off to a torrid 2-0 start. Yes, wins against the Giants, but also upsetting the San Francisco 49ers. Vikings offense looking on point, despite a couple of injuries for the pass catchers, as well as the Brian Flores Hellfire defense. Woo, woo. They're multiple. They're getting after it. 11 sacks. I just love this defense, man. Right. And ESPN, a.k.a. the worldwide leader, ratings-wise, they've been the worldwide bleeder. But, yeah, Kevin O'Connell, Vikings, relationship has not been great, especially since how can they be this bad? Honestly, how many are there on this panel? 11? So 11 of ESPN's NFL experts, they all picked San Francisco to win. What happened? Long story longer. ESPN's Dan Graziano talked about biggest overreactions from week 2, and of course the Vikings were a hot topic of conversation. Speaking of hot topic, I miss high school, man. I miss pretending to be like a surfer dude. Listen to Blink-182 and like Yellow Card and MXPX. I'm just like, whoa, wearing Hurley gear, even though I'm from landlocked Minnesota. Doesn't matter. But ESPN, Sam Darnold will lead the Vikings to the playoffs. Let's get back to the happier stories. The Vikings beat the 49ers to improve to 2-0 thanks to a fantastic game by Darnold, who ironically was the 49ers backup last season, and probably owes some thanks to Kyle Shanahan and San Francisco coaching staff to help improve. Now, we pointed that out before, but it's like, oh, yeah, God forbid you give credit to Kevin O'Connell. It's like, oh, it was it was just Shanahan who did everything, man. Psh, please. Darnold has completed 72% of his passes so far and has 4 touchdown passes against 2 interceptions. One not his fault, one was definitely his fault. He even ran for 32 yards on Sunday per ESPN research. It was the first time Darnold had consecutive games with multiple passing touchdowns since week 14-15 of the 2019 season. Vikings coach Kevin O'Connell has taken the work Shanahan did. Again, it's Al Ka. Come on, Ka. Did with Darnold last year and built on it. He believes he has Darnold, still just 27 years young, in the best situation he's ever been in, and that his talent will help him thrive in. Now, on its surface, like, that's not bad. Maybe laying it out a little thick, giving credit to Shanahan, but, I mean, Darnold, like, it's everything that we said off season. He's got good coaching for the first time. He's got weapons and protection and a good defense across from him for the first time. The Vikings' run game is souped up, especially with Ty Chandler. So, yes, like, all that is fine. But then, also, we pointed this out before. Every single time there's something about the Vikings, that's where they put the ad. That's where they put the pop-up ads. Like, verdict, overreaction. All kudos to Kevin O'Connell, who was planning to open the season with Darnold as a starter even before first-round pick J.J. McCarthy got hurt in preseason. The Vikings believed they had Darnold in a place where he was trusting his feet and not trying to do too much in the offense built around the idea of consistently getting receivers open and stacking first downs. And so far, it looks like they were right, but they have a long way to go with a still young quarterback who has never had sustained success. So poo-poo on that. But as you said before, he's never had sustained quality around him. He finally does. The Vikings' upcoming schedule is an absolute gauntlet. Oh yeah. Just don't even mention that the Vikings just beat the reigning defending NFC champs and one of the best teams in the National Football League. Yeah, just forget that. But the teams coming up, gauntlet. So the Texans, who barely beat the Bears, the Packers, who may not have Jordan Love, and also they got their center vomiting on the ball. The Jets, who barely beat the Tennessee Titans, and wouldn't have if Tennessee didn't have garbage special teams and if Will Levis wasn't Garbaggio. And then the Lions, who lost to the Buccaneers and would have lost to the Rams if they didn't have half of their offense injured. Took them to overtime. Hey, Lions should have been 0-2 at home. Also, just so fancy that they started out with 2 home games. Weird. They finished the season with games against the Seahawks. They're fine. Packers will be garbage by then. And then the Lions again. Woo. Wow. The receiving core, thin to begin with, is already suffering injuries with Jordan Addison, right ankle, missing Sunday's game, and Justin Jefferson leaving it early because of a quad injury. Tight end TJ Hawkins is still likely a few weeks away from returning from last year's season-ending injury. Oh, so none of those three awesome dudes were on the field during Slingin' Sammy Darnold's game-clinching drive, by the way, with third-down conversions to Jalen Naylor, and also third-down conversions, couple big throws to Brandon Powell. No big deal. Johnny Munt was his number 1 tight end. Cool. Yeah, no mention of that. I do think Darnold and the Vikings will continue to play well, and the coaching will make sure of that, but there's just too much working against them for me to predict them as a playoff team, even after a 2-0 start. Oh, really? So, NFC standings right meow. Who out there scares you in the NFC? Eagles? No. I still think Sirianni is going to be fired. Commies? Absolutely not. Cowboys? No. Giants? No. Lions are frauds. Bears should be 0-2. Packers should be 0-2. Saints? Might be the Saints. Maybe we're wrong. Sylvie cameo. Proof of life. The Buccaneers are always going to be tough. The Falcons? No. Panthers? No. Seahawks? Maybe. Cardinals? I think the Cardinals are going to be better than people give them credit for. The Niners are still going to be tough. They'll rise back up again. The Rams are too injured right now. But who do you fear? Who do you fear in the NFC? Also, who do you fear in the NFC North? No one. Nobody. And this is where we're at right now. And yeah, basically we're just keeping that list because schedule-wise, as I pull it up because I'm a professional, schedule-wise, so yeah, they point out Texans. Yeah, Vikings are at home. Texans are tough. They barely beat the Bears. Congratulations. At the road against the Packers, they might not have Jordan Love. Still not buying that Packers defense. They look really good when Anthony Richardson is just handing them the football. Cool. Jets, that's going to be boat raced out in Tottenham. All right. Early bye week, then Lions at home. Rams looks a little bit less daunting. Colts at home. 3 road games. Jaguars, no problem. Titans, they're garbage. Bears, terrible. And then at home, could be a little bit sporty. So Cardinals, like I said, I think will be better than people give them credit for. Falcons, no. Penix will be in by this point. Bears, Garbaggio. Seahawks, that one's going to be tough. That one might get flexed to Sunday Night Football. And that one's going to be a premier matchup, man. And then the Packers at home, whatever. And then at the Lions, Vikings may have the division sewed up by then. They may be resting everyone, so whatever. So, again, who... I know that it's early, but who scurs you? Who scurs you in the NFC? Nobody, buddy. So, okay. It's okay. Every single week, we have to put up with the national media jabroni haircuts, which on one hand, it's fine because let them sleep. On the other hand, it's basically journalistic malpractice just to completely ignore and always have your thumb down on the scale against the Vikings. It is blatantly obvious. It is disgusting, but we enjoy pointing it out because it's always there, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. ESPN, still not buying the Vikings. Shocker. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.